Oh, that's awful wide. Boy, that's a wide. 3, 2, 1. Can you? 3, 2, 1. Can you hear us now? Can you see us now? What do you think, Pete? Is it working? Is it working? Is anybody there? I'm not sure.
No, just
it's
wait.
broadcasting. Oh, we got 5 thumbs up. Okay, first, Pugface, can you hear us? Can you see us? Are we coming in 5 by 5? Pete, say something. Testing, testing. 1, 2, 3.
No.
Who's that?
Hi, Joey.
Good. Okay, it's working. Hey, this is a quick preview to the live stream that's coming up. In our camera's over here, up here, Pete. A quick preview to the live stream that's coming up in about 45 minutes over on Plane Savers channel. Me and Mikey McBrien and Mentor Pilot. It's really a broadcast between Mikey McBrien and Mentor Pilot, but Mikey's invited me in for a lightning round of questions is what I got in mind for Mentor Pilot. I've never had the opportunity to meet Mentor Pilot before, so this will be my first opportunity to meet Petter and ask him a whole bunch of questions that I got about him and his channel and his career and what's going on over there in Europe. So I want to backfill whatever questions that maybe Mikey doesn't get to with a lightning round of questions over at Plane Savers. Look up Mikey McBrien. Mikey didn't put up a link to this live feed yet, but it will be up shortly in about 45 minutes or less. And look for Plane Savers Live, Mikey McBrien. So we got already a bunch of questions. That's Chewy the dog. There's Pete the kid, Michigan checking in. Pete's getting back on the dirt bike when the snow melts off. Can you open the window back there, Pete? Maybe folks can see the snow back there. And then we got our trail system back here that we can ride without having to worry about social distancing. A thing or two about that social distancing. Yeah, there's the snow back there. Thanks, Pete. Now close it up. Thanks. So when that snow finishes melting, which will hope to be in a day or two, so soon we can go back to dirt bike riding. The series I'm working on right now with Dan Greider was recorded on 9 March. That was before the social distancing order was in place. So beware that series has me and Dan sitting there, right, side by side interviewing. And I was before the order was in place. So some folks don't quite understand that was recorded on 9 March. It's right there in the title, before social distancing was a thing. To carry own airplane to avoid. Yeah, you can fly your own airplane right now. There's no restriction on that. Pete, you need to work on your beard. Something William says. Julianne, you might want to get there and color in. That'd be funny. You should color him in a beard to join us, because Petter's got a beard and Mikey's got a beard for our live show later. That'll be fun. Lockdown here in northern Wisconsin, abundance of snow. Yeah, no sound. Is the sound working okay? One viewer says he's got no sound. Turn up your speakers, man. Kansas City, informed, entertained. Let me see if I can do something right now. If I can pull up some news while we're still talking. Where is Sam Chewy? Now I got so many links up here. I can't find what I'm looking for once again. Here he is. If I switch over to here, am I still on? Is this still working okay? Now let me switch back over to where am I? Right over here. Okay. Did that work? The picture stayed on while I clicked on over there. Let me click over real quick. Let me run down the quick update here from Sam Chewy. Aviation and Travel has a good, great website. And just a quick update on what's going on in aviation around the world. Boeing temporarily suspended production for 14 days. That was yesterday's news. ETAD, Fly Dubai, Air Arabia suspended all passenger flights. We had the one employee at Boeing pass away. Singapore Airlines cut 96% of its capacity, leaving just 9 aircraft flying. That's Singapore Airlines. The government have stepped in a bit to help some of the airlines across Europe. Of course, our package is still hung up a bit in Congress, but it sounds like they're about to approve that very soon here in the States. Turkish Airlines, again, this is from Sam Chewy's website. Turkish Airlines reduced destinations to just over 5 from over 300. So it's just crushing airlines around the world, the current economic situation. Emirates suspended most passenger operations on the 25th of March, starting tomorrow. United reinstated a few international flights, but that appears to be only to get folks home that were left stranded overseas. Other breaking news, March 21st, the Farnborough Air Show has been canceled, and the Royal International Air Tattoo has been canceled. And of course, that brings into question, what about Oshkosh this year? It's too early to tell yet. I haven't heard. So that's some of the latest headlines breaking around the world in the aviation industry. See if I can get a few more. What's up with civilian U.S. flights? They're still flying. Greatly reduced schedule. We've had some problems with some of the air traffic control centers across the U.S. closing. Jenny, can you turn off that light back behind me there? See if this lighting gets a little better, Julianne. Thanks. Yeah, Flight Radar 24 looks a bit like a ghost town. How's that lighting look a little better? I'd like to see that. Oh, well, it is what it is here on the Blanco Lirio channel. This is with the new, we picked up a 15-inch Dell laptop computer. Chino Air Show was canceled. That's official. Wow. The 737 MAX. Couple thoughts on that. Does this pause in production at Boeing give folks, thanks, Brad, enough time to reconsider the whole 737 MAX thing? I don't think there's enough time to bring the next generation design up to speed quick enough to maybe backfill some of the over 4,000 orders of the 737. In other words, is there enough time to bring on a whole nother design and replace some of those 737 MAX orders with the next generation aircraft at Boeing from scratch? Don't know. But I think folks are pondering it. They should be working from home, working on that next generation design and get it rolling. Yeah, prices are way down on aviation fuel, way down. I just got a text from somebody showing avgas prices less than $2 a gallon. I think it was somewhere in Texas. Let's see. It's adventure riding. Who's that? Oh, you got your beard? Oh, there you go. There's Pete with his Venture pilot beard. Let's see your teeth too. We might need to fill that in. I might need to fill mine in a little bit too. This is for our live stream that we're going to go live with in about 30 minutes or so over at Plane Savers. That's the reason for this live broadcast, is we're announcing that we'll be over on Plane Savers in about 30 minutes, hopefully with a Mentor pilot, and that'll be my first chance to ever get to meet Petter over at Mentor pilot. Russell, thank you, sir. Better, he loves the beard. Back in the post-war GA boom? Yeah, it's probably not. That's pretty patchy beard, isn't it? Am I back to work? No. My paperwork is still waiting for the FAA, and with all of this that's going on right now, FAA Aeromedical is just swamped. I don't think I'll be going back to work anytime soon. And in fact, as I announced on the last Plane Savers live feed, that I may have very well flown my last commercial flight for American Airlines, because this delay in my paperwork to return to flying can very well lead me be so far down the road that I may end up in a retirement or a early retirement sort of situation once I get my FAA paperwork back. So I'm going to continue to work on this YouTube thing and Patreon. Thank you again for your support, everybody on Patreon that supports this channel. And we've got this great series I'm coming out with Dan Greider, and that's going to be largely supported by the efforts at Patreon, because as you know, all the issues here at YouTube, you can never tell what advertising money you may receive for anything you do here on YouTube. It just changes all the time. If you look at the ad rates that they're paying right now at YouTube, it's just coming right down along with the rest of the economy. It's gone from like up to $16 per thousand or 10,000, all the way down to $6. So huge fluctuations in ad revenue. What are you working on now? Pete's working on his beard for our live feed coming up here in a minute. No, I can't fly the Luscombe because Class 1 physical is what I need for the airlines. Class 2 and Class 3, I can't even fly a kite right now. It takes out all my medicals. As pilot in command, I've family cat. I've got to. I can only fly a second in command. I got to have somebody else with a current medical with me in the Luscombe in order to fly it. Just yeah, there, Julianne. Let's see. You should do all your live streams after work hours. That's a good idea. When to schedule these things, I don't know. I'm just doing this one right now. Buy the kid a razor. I'm just doing this right now to notify you to come join us over on Plane Savers. Let Mikey know that your Blanco Lirio viewers are there, and be sure and subscribe to Mikey. He's the only guy that's got this a proper live stream figured out with guest appearance. He has the software needed to do that, and Chewy's got a beard too that'll surely pass mustard for the upcoming live stream on Plane Savers. So let him know that you're there and that you appreciate the content that Mikey puts out from Buffalo Airways all the way up in Yellowknife, Canada, coming up in about a half an hour or so. Yeah, a lot of folks are already subscribed to all of these different aviation channels. The kids are getting bored here, as you can see, and just adoring the chance to get on live YouTube. We've been struggling with homeschooling here. Both students have been expelled for fighting in class, and the teacher has been let go for drinking on the job. So homeschooling is a challenge here, even at the Blanco Lirio headquarters. But we're getting a package from the public schools here on Wednesday, and we'll be able to put these kids back to work. Right now, we've been doing a lot of stuff on YouTube. Blanco Lirio?
Yeah.
Come here, Jenny. Some folks are asking again about the meaning of the channel Blanco Lirio. Most of you have heard this story before, but you got a beard going on too. This is my Jenny. She grew up in Spain, and she needed to make a YouTube channel late one night. And what did you do, Jenny?
I just chose a random something that came into my head.
Yep,
Blanco
Lirio. And then I started posting on her channel. I took it over, and the rest, as they say, is history. Yeah, it means white lily, but it's the name that she gave her, random name that she gave her YouTube channel. So, yeah, Jenny gets all the royalties to this aviation empire we're building under the name Blanco Lirio. Let's see. Read some of the comments here. Great name. Good. And so when folks continually ask that question, I like it when you guys go in there and backfill them on the story, so I don't have to keep typing the story every time. The song intro, yeah, Weightless, Aram Bedrosian. Aram's gotten a huge bump from popularity from you guys, the viewers of Blanco Lirio channel, as a result of that theme song, Weightless. I suppose it's like he goes to a concert and people are hollering, "Play that Orville update song." CW Lemoyne, yeah, another great channel. I think he works at the same airline I do, and he's got a great niche where he talks about being a guard, military, airline pilot, and putting all that together at the same time. Something I kind of gave up on too early. I should have stuck with the C-130 guard unit up at Reno all the way through to the bitter end, 20 years, but I didn't. So here I am now on YouTube trying to make up the difference. The main thing with staying in the guard military course is that you keep your medical benefits. You keep TRICARE. You've got something to get you through to retirement. 6-year-old asks, what's the dark?
Hi, Allie. Hello, Allie.
300 planes flying in and out. Lockdown, or you're not under lockdown. It's under, what do they call it? It's under No, it's not that either. It's stay-at-home policy does not include no flying. It does not. Right now, U.S. civil flights are continuing to go on. They have not grounded. All the airplanes are all airline flying or anything like that yet. So aircraft are still allowed to fly at this time, including commercial airline flights.
Sometimes I do.
Gas price in Pennsylvania, $2.59. It's I just saw finally here in California, gas came below $3 a gallon for car gas. So that's a step in the right direction. Shelter in place, 3,100. Good luck, man. It's a gamble. It's a gamble. Investing in airline stock right now, it's always a gamble. That stock could potentially go to zero if the thing goes to bankruptcy. And just like the last time we went through this process, it's very hard to time that, to judge that. If an airline goes bankruptcy, it's been my experience that you won't know about it until it's announced on the morning news the night after it happens. And bam, all of a sudden that stock is worth zero. Goose eggs. So airline stock investing, don't put all your eggs in one basket. Gamble a little bit, but not too much. Delta downgraded to junk status. Not good. No more weddings. Colombia locked down 20 days. The wackadoodles, they've gone. Fortunately, we've run them off out of here. I spend all day whacking them off the channel, and I don't know where they've gone to. $4 a gallon. Oh, is that for avgas? Less than $4 for avgas in Redding, California. That's a good price. I should check. We got to wait till we get a fresh load of fuel here at the local airport before we can. What is that?
Yeah.
Before we can get a price on avgas here at Nevada County Airport, our hometown airport, the home of the Blanco Lirio hangar. New Zealand locked down 4 weeks and 18 hours. Is it lockdown or is it home stay at home order? Yeah. Trinity County, no viruses. Yeah, we're seeing pockets of this. It's greatly depending upon if you're near a population center or not. And I think we're going to see measures that address this based on need, location, and population centers. I don't think you'll see blanket policies for an entire country when you see differences throughout different regions. What's that? We got 30 minutes? Yeah, 30 minutes to go. Spain, 12 days of quarantine. Jenny's mom was going to go to Spain just days before this broke out, and she canceled that trip. She travels back and forth to Spain all the time, and she's staying home, which was the smart thing to do. Stay at home. Some commercial flights flying with emptiest seats. What do you got there to share with us, Pete? Come on. Yeah, who is that? No, who's that picture you're sharing with us there? What is that? Well, tell the folks. Baby Yoda?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, thank you, Pete. That's art class. Life near normal there. Let's see. Gas prices in Miami, $1.49. Wow. $2.45 in Carson City. Gas, MoGas, auto gas. That's a nice picture of Daddy Pete. Yeah. Park before it requires maintenance back in revenue service. That I don't really know exactly, but it's going to require an airliner is going to require regular maintenance service intervals while it's parked if it's going to be brought back to service soon, as you've seen with the 737 MAX. You can park them for quite a while and then do a big bunch of service, but as you've seen, the fuel tanks can easily get contaminated if you don't keep the fuel tanks. Personally, on small airplanes, we keep the fuel tanks full to minimize the potential of water intruding into the fuel tanks, especially when the plane is parked outside. Yeah, no snow today. Oh, breaking news. The mast is okay on the Blanco Lirio yacht, right, Pete?
Oh, yeah.
So I took the load off of the mast to all the tons of wet snow on it. And that mast, the aeroelastic capability of the aluminum just went right back up to level. So can go out there and show you, but the yacht looks like it survived just fine. And so, yeah, Pete's working on his beard for for our live broadcast here in 30 minutes over at Plane Savers. And we're live here. That's right. Here in Germany, with a stay-at-home order. It's forbidden to be outside for more than 2 people at one place. All right. 5 minutes to go. Thanks. Army buddy in Florida, $1.79 a gallon. Okay. Cessnas are flying. All GA is still going on. That's right. Southwest may very well come out of this better than others because they don't have the exposure to international flying. They may very well come out of this much better, as usual, than the rest of us that have such a diversified fleet. They have less expenses. Yeah, Pete's beard is growing better than mine. Still right away. Is that a marker or is that chocolate, Pete?
Marker. Well, not really marker. It's something. Makeup.
Makeup? Who's your makeup artist, Pete?
Julianne.
Julianne. Okay, good.
Right over there. Oh, she's gone out of the camera. Then Jenny's right over there fixing the white.
Let's bring it back over here, Pedro.
Okay.
Where are you going, Pete? Mom's trying to clean the house. Nevada is totally closed. I can't add a link because we don't have a link to the show. I did in the comment section put a link to Plane Savers YouTube channel. So just go over to Plane Savers YouTube channel, and there should be a link up there shortly for this upcoming live feed in about 25 minutes or so. All right, homeschooling. How's homeschooling going, Pete? Huh? Pretty bad?
Yeah,
We need our school back badly, even though. Yeah, the 737 MAX is on hold right now. This hopefully gives them the time they need to get it all sorted out. But everything at Boeing is on hold, a 14-day factory shutdown. So this is going to further delay the 737 MAX getting back to flying status. Avianca bankrupt by the end of all this. Avianca in Colombia, yeah, potentially. Let's see, what's the other regional carrier we just lost? The regional carrier for Compass Airlines just closed their doors. They didn't get any stimulus money in time. They closed the doors at Compass Airlines, which was a feeder for American Airlines. Let's see. When I go to Flight Radar 24, why aren't the aircraft right above my head showing any aircraft identification? Sometimes those aircraft are military aircraft. If you live near an air base like we do here at Beale Air Force Base, a lot of military aircraft do not show up on Flight Radar 24. Yeah, they are.
I don't know what people are talking about.
It's a tough call to ground all flights yet or not at this point. They may very well. But so far right now, yeah, Flybe is out of business. There's one of the first casualties of this whole economic situation. Let's see, what else? What's that, Julianne? Contour Airlines, don't know. Don't know about Contour Airlines. Do I miss flying the 777?
Oh, there it goes.
I do miss the flying, but I don't miss the schedule. Being home every night, sleeping in your own bed, it's something I haven't done in years and years and years, and it's amazing. The health benefits of a reasonable, normal schedule is incredible. I haven't been sick once since I've been grounded, even going through all my treatments and everything else. Whereas when I was regularly flying with all the crazy all-nighters and that sort of thing, I would bring home colds frequently or catch colds that these guys would bring home from school. And so with them being home from school right now, that's working. It's not spreading any problems. So it was 2K at a time and quite a dramatic turnaround here. What do you think about the future of the narrow body within the industry? I think it's going to reappear about half the size of what we once were. That's just my best guess. I think narrow body flying will return initially to be about half the size of what it once was. We'll see a lot less frivolous flying. Hopefully airfares will come up enough to keep flying. Well, airfares versus capacity will You guys are distracting me to the point I can't even think. We'll strike a balance, and it's going to be. I think it's going to be less than half of what it once was. All right, Pete. Enough. You're not getting it. Get out of the chocolate. Yeah, this is what it's like when you're stuck home with the young prisoners for a week on end. A lot of merging going to happen. Maybe here in the U.S. we went through our merges already, so we got the big four plus Alaska and JetBlue. There may be one or two additional mergers left to go, but here in the States we've done that already. Worldwide, yes, it's gonna totally shake up the airline industry as far as who wins and who loses. Speed increase. Yeah, the kids are bouncing off the walls and ceilings. How do I slow down the texting here? And the kids are fun watching. Translate holding companies become. Oh, yeah, Ken Clark, post that again there. Yeah, cabin fever. This is what cabin fever looks like here at the Moncalario headquarters. Why are they canceling freighters at airports? They shouldn't be. One of the things American Airlines is doing is converting more of its fleet to just straight cargo flying in response to the crisis. So cargo flying is up. Yeah, forest fire flying season will be happening as normal. Training is still going on. Last I heard, training was still going on, and things are still ops normal in the aerial firefighting industry, as far as I know. Okay, top 3 buttons on the right. Participants, pop out chat, toggle time station. What does that mean? I'm going to push one of these buttons and lose the whole thing here. Ah, okay, that stopped it. Now, how do I move it forward? Okay, I can scroll it now. All right, good. Let's see. Spirit Airlines. Yes, subcontractor. Rarby, thank you, sir. Those pesky kids, they're right here. They are like the Muppets. You tell us something about the throttle on any kind of airplane. That's a long Paul Sabate. That's a long story in itself. Like auto throttles, you mean? That's hey, yeah. There's a project we show them, Pete. What airplane is that, Pete? What's the name of that airplane? GB Racer. Yeah, that was a little plastic model airplane project we showed them. Show them again, Pete. Put it up. We're not quite done. I got to do the canopy and a few other things, but that's a little project we've been working on. Pete is the show. You're gonna need your own YouTube show here one of these days soon. So you better get used to talking.
Okay. Will PBA
is that aerodynamically sound? It worked. It was fast. It's a long story too in itself. It was.
P is the show.
Will be affected probably. Yeah, auto throttle. Yeah, auto throttles. Powell is going to be a long story. Don't really have time to go into it right now. But understanding the auto throttles has been a problem in the industry, especially folks transitioning between Airbus aircraft and Boeing aircraft. Remember, in Airbus aircraft, that's right here. In Boeing aircraft or in Airbus aircraft, the throttles are just locked into certain positions. They don't move back and forth. In Boeing aircraft, they do move back and forth as the auto throttles see fit. Fundamental difference between the two designs, and a whole lot more makes it a challenge for pilots that are transitioning, especially from Airbus aircraft into Boeing aircraft the first time, as we saw in San Francisco with Air Asiana. No. Yes. Yeah, Mentor is going to be on. AA is getting rid of the 757s. I had the date on the last update. What was it? The end of May, beginning of May. The 7576 legacy is going away faster than ever at American Airlines. They are going to be in the museums like everything else I've ever flown in my life. Old C-130s, 141s, T-37s, you name it. It's all already in the history. Will Pete follow in my footsteps or Julianne? Possibly. One of the saddest things about my grounding is that I can't teach them right now in the airplane. And so for anything else, I'd like to get at least a class 3 medical back so I can teach these guys a thing or two about flying to see if they want to pursue it in the future. Would I want to fly something different after getting your medical? Yeah, sure. I'd be up for that. Which one's a better design? It's a big story. It depends. My preference is the Boeing approach to aircraft design, but there's a good one, Pete. Show them that. Airbus is ahead of the curve as far as the future pilot shortage. There's our little tutorial that we preserved from another presentation. What does that demonstrate, Pete? The four what? The four forces of flight, right? Acting on an airplane. Go back and work on that some more and memorize it. Come back with a full report. All right, Pete? Let's see. Oh, yeah, 7576 cargo. Oh, no, not that. Cargo flying is a whole different thing. Tough schedules. Something about airlines and airline flying. Airline flying for pilots is a strictly union gig. If you switch airlines, you will be surrendering your seniority at your present airline, and then you will be starting at the very bottom of the seniority list for whatever outfit you get on next, regardless of age, experience, or anything else. That means you're going to be starting with the hardest schedules with your new outfit. So it's not easy to just simply switch over either passenger airline service or cargo airline service. Both of those are seniority-based union gigs. Even aerial firefighting now is a union-based seniority gig. There goes the Tim Bird. Don't wreck the Tim Bird, Pete. Favorite passenger plane you've flown? Like I said on the live stream, come join us on the live stream. That would be the Boeing 757, the last of the muscle jets, the last of the jets with excess power. Just a tremendous design. The Boeing 757, designed for high altitude airports. Great design. Contrails last is completely up to the atmospherics at the time that the jet passes through the atmosphere, how long it lasts. Sometimes it'll last for half an hour. Sometimes they'll even blossom out into high cirrus clouds. Other times they just disappear right away. Depends on moisture and a whole lot of other things. Temperature and moisture primarily. Seniority thing goes back to the 30s. Yeah.
Oh, no.
Yeah, even firefighting pilots. Well, at least at Cal Fire, I know they are union seniority based. As far as other Fed contract firefighters, don't know if that's necessarily the case. Muscle Jet's trademark. That's right. Has anybody here ever lived through a real depression? No, probably not. Let's see. Yeah, I was grounded for the prostate surgery and the the following treatments, radiation treatments. But all that's over with. I'm fine. My numbers look good. Okay, how are things on your? Here's Mikey McBride. We're gonna have to cut soon to plane savers. Kind of looking good. Look how I type with one finger and send. Boom. Oh gosh, what do you got now, Pete? That guy's no help. Get him out of here.
No.
Would you fly as a corporate pilot? Possibly. I'd really overall right now, I'd rather pursue this. I'd rather pursue what we're doing here right now without the kids' interference. Working here on YouTube is what I would rather like to pursue at this time. Yeah, that'd be so. Yeah, get up here and say your trademark thing there, Pete. Herc driver, all right. C-130s, controller, Saigon. Glad to see you on board, Mr. Gould. Kids need more screen time. What, this screen or their own screen? Yeah, get up here, Pete. Get up here and say
Now
hi.
has his own-
His own backing band. Yep. Daddy Daycare. Hey, you guys want to watch these kids for me for a while?
Yeah.
Pete, what do you got there? Some Kablamo popcorn?
Yeah, that's
Kablamo?
good.
Springtrap, thank you, sir. A YouTube
Hello.
checklist? No, not yet.
Someone, hello.
I probably need one though, huh? The introduction of the 777X. Well, all this will be delayed a little bit out of Boeing, but they're coming online pretty soon. I bet you the Boeing 777-300 at my airline will be the next aircraft to be retired. And they'll bring on the X. This whole thing, this whole economic turndown is going to bring more economical aircraft online.
There's a bird.
A lot of the old gas guzzlers are going to disappear very quickly as a result of the
Bird
current
inside
economic
the trunk.
situation. All right, let's see.
Yeah, kiwi Kablamo popcorn.
Reading the comments
Open it
here.
up.
James Good had a great video. I was thinking we should do a collaboration or take the kids in the hangar, Pete, and you guys explain how an airplane flies for a homeschooling type video for all you kids at school. Yeah, you got to earn a living around here too, Pete. We're not you're just not gonna eat all my groceries, not do something for it. Some 777 already to the desert. Yeah. Yeah, the last couple of flights I saw on the reserve list were sadly aircraft being ferried one time to Tulsa, Oklahoma, where they were just parked. That was the 777-300s. Let's see. Paper airplanes. Yeah, that's a good exercise. We should get you kids working on paper airplanes. Boise, Idaho. Yep. Flying Cowboys. Good fun stuff. How dangerous as far as wing structure is the worst possible turbulence? The wings can handle it. Even up to severe turbulence, which is when you begin to lose control of the aircraft, you might cause some structural damage, but it's not going to fly apart on you. Even in severe turbulence, these aircraft are incredibly strong. Flexible wings is the key to that. Got some videos of those 777s coming into Tulsa. Yeah, share those with us. We'd like to see that. Mission controller, Saigon. Excellent. Wind tunnel. Talk of furloughs. Not yet. Great question. They're bidding on leaves of absences right now, and if they get enough volunteers to take leaves of absences, that should mitigate furloughs. But my initial reaction seems to be that not enough people are going to take the voluntary permanent leaves of absence. They're not going to retire. Enough people are not going to retire early enough to mitigate the fact that we might need furloughs even at our airline here in the States. I think furloughs, unfortunately, are imminent. Great question. Okay, I got to get going to I got to get going over to Plane Savers. Come join us. Let us know that you're in the audience. Hit like and subscribe. Mikey McBrien's YouTube channel, Plane Savers. We'll have hopefully I'll be able to get in and ask Petter of Mentor Pilot a whole bunch of questions about his current situation. I've got a lot of questions for him about his current situation, how things are going on over there in Europe. And meantime, get these monkeys off my back here. So come join us over there. I'll post a link underneath here if I got it. And we'll see you over there at Plane Savers. Kids, there you go. Get up here and say goodbye to everybody. We got to go. Thanks again for your support here and so much on Patreon. It's, again, the Patreon subscribers that are keeping this channel alive despite all the troubles we have with YouTube. Thanks again for your support. We'll see you here. Got to go. Big red end button on this one. Easy, huh, Pete?
Yeah. Oh, wait. And. Birdie!